My name is Thomas Ochieng. I work here at Ruben Center in the radio department, that's Ruben FM, as the radio station manager. But I'm also privileged to have an AKA of Odhis Odhat. Being a media person, when you're working on radio, you'll always be given an extra name, and that's the name that my audience gave me because I'm an all-round person. I do almost everything. I was born in Kisumu and raised in Mumias. My parents divorced when I was 3 years old. So my mom had to leave Kisumu for Mumias, and that's why I found myself in Mumias. So I went to school in Mumias, both primary and secondary school. I went to a school called Mukambi Primary School, where I did my KCPE examination in 2007. That's when I finished my class 8. Then I joined St. Teresa's Bumini High School, which is a secondary school, a mixed secondary school in Mumias district. So joining Form 1 was not that easy. When I did my class 8, I was number 1, and due to financial challenges that my mother had, she advised me to go for a polytechnic training. And imagine you finished position 1 in your school KCPE exams, then you're being told to go for polytechnic when every other person is expecting you to go to Form 1. So I managed eventually to join St. Teresa's Bumini High School. The good thing is that I was very bright in high school, to a point that the principal of St. Teresa's Bumini High School volunteered to pay my school fees at some point, up to I think around Form 3. Then in Form 4, by good luck, I participated in East Africa essay writing competition for high school students, and by good chance, I happened to be number 1, the whole of East Africa, and I was given 400,000 shillings immediately after Form 4. So that's what helped me, or rather kept me moving in college. So I joined college in 2013, that's Nairobi Aviation College, where I did my diploma in journalism and mass communication. I remember during my second year in college, I was invited to a community radio station by one of my friends, and that's Ghetto FM. So I just went there as a football analyst, and by good chance, I think the owner of the radio station was listening to the radio by that time. So she reached out to the presenter and she asked, "Who is this guest you're having in studio?" And the presenter was like, "This is a journalism and mass communication student at Nairobi Aviation College. I've just invited him to the radio station to come and do football analysis." So she told him, "Tell him I want to see him on Monday." So I was surprised. Why does the boss want to see me on Monday? What is it that I've said on radio station? So I went on Monday and met her, and she asked me, "What are you doing in college?" I told her journalism and mass communication. Then she asked me whether I could change from full-time classes to part-time classes, because she was ready to offer me a chance as a volunteer in the radio station. And I think that's how I found myself in media, professional media house. So when I joined Ghetto FM, I was really supported well by the boss, and working there as a volunteer and as a presenter really taught me a lot of things in media. So after having worked at Ghetto FM for 6 months, I was promoted to the position of a radio station manager. I was very naive, very young. You're still in college and you're being told you're the station manager. You are not well conversant on what management entails, but I believe in life, every day, every moment is a learning moment. That's where my journey as a station manager began. When Ruben Center got the frequency for a community radio station, they went ahead and posted position for the radio station manager and radio producer. So I applied for both, hoping that if I miss the station manager, I'll get the producer, and if I miss the producer, I'll get the station manager. So by good luck, I performed well in the interview, and I was given the position of the radio station manager here at Ruben FM. And I joined Ruben FM officially on 1st October 2016. That's exactly 6 years ago. And it was really inspiring for me. It's really something that I never saw coming. This being a new community radio station without presenters, and you are the station manager, everything revolved around me. Coming up with the work plan, coming up with the team that will help you in presentation. In journalism works at Ruben FM, it was not that easy. But I thank God, because I came to an organization which has a clear vision and a clear mission, and I think that is what has kept me going. Looking at the values of the organization, looking at the objectives of the radio station, I think that has really motivated me to becoming who I am. And the values and the objectives of Ruben FM are aligned with striving towards an empowered and just Mukuru community. This is an informal settlement. I had stayed in an informal settlement before, so I was well conversant with the daily challenges that these people go through. And now coming in as one of the trusted advocacy tools that the people want to use to transform their lives, I think that really motivated me so much. Interesting things I love about my job, number one is the fact that I work with young people. Most of my journalists, most of my staff are very young people, and I think our average age is around 27 years. These are people I've seen come to Ruben FM as interns, as volunteers, and they have grown as I see. Quite a number of them have been able to get chances in mainstream. So the fact that we are able to identify talents out there and nurture them, mold them into professional journalists, and then being absorbed by mainstream media, it's really something that I'm proud of. Second thing I love about my job is how the community received Ruben FM, or how they perceive Ruben FM. They believe that Ruben FM is their voice. If anything happens in the community, the first area that most community members will reach out to is the radio station. They'll always call. They'll tell you there's a fire incident that has just happened in our community. Maybe there are cases of sexual gender-based violence in the community. How best can you respond to these issues as a community radio station? So that sense of ownership, them feeling that the radio station belongs to them, for me, it's a very, very motivating factor.